2024 has been a very busy and sort of frantic year for AI. If we were summarizing three key trends, I think it would be the foundational models themselves and the rate at which they've improved, sort of monthly, if not more, in terms of the releases there. So lots of improvements. The rise of agents. So I think we're seeing and hearing an awful lot more about agentic AI, agents being built into existing software. So starting to leverage those LLM capabilities within software. And then finally, companies starting to dip their toe. So the POC starting to kind of test the waters, learn and adapt with some of these capabilities and start to see where they can add value. I think actually one big area of success for AI this year has actually been in sort of the accessibility space. So actually, I think we've seen lots and lots of media articles and news stories recently where people who maybe previously couldn't contribute in the workplace or in their personal lives how they would like to, so whether that's because of their hearing impediments or maybe sight, have actually been able to use some of these multimodal capabilities with AI to actually really bring their full selves to work and to life, which I think is obviously amazing and super exciting. I think from a perspective of things not working so well, I think we have seen some companies probably either sort of rush things in front of their customers or put things in front of customers too soon. Here we've seen some kind of interesting examples of responses from AI either not being kind of congruent with that business and the sort of tone that they want to portray with their customers, or actually just answering questions wrongly. So I think the lessons there are be really mindful when it's customer facing, you're putting things in front of them, really making sure that those models and those tools and those systems are kind of giving you the results that you hope for. In terms of where AI projects fail, often when they are being led as AI projects, I think even just calling them that sometimes it is probably the wrong thing to do. So just focusing on AI itself rather than what's the outcome that we're trying to solve, what's the business objective, what's the value, what's the difference that we can make with this capability. So I think almost being more focused on the tool or the sort of capability itself as opposed to the business problem. And then I think alongside that as well, it's kind of challenges or issues around the source data. And so actually, how can we take some of these POCs that we're building and actually put them into production? So I think we've seen some challenges there as well. So really thinking through how are we going to operationalize these capabilities at the onset. So to drive real impact, I think really worth focusing on outcomes. We've mentioned it obviously a few times, but how do we really lay out where the opportunities are, where the challenges are that we can actually go and solve with AI? So really starting off on kind of the right direction, setting those kind of key use cases in motion that are going to ladder up to the overall objective that you want to hit. Being tech focused rather than outcome focused. If companies really want to generate the value and really get these capabilities in production being used, it actually requires a real combination of effort and skills across the organization. So you need the kind of the business process owners, you need the subject matter experts alongside the technologists. So I think these initiatives are being led solely by tech teams or data science teams or wherever it might exist, and they're all almost being set up to fail. So I think really focusing on building these cross-functional teams to actually go and solve business challenges that exist. So I think Endava can really help organizations probably in three areas. One, upfront, setting that direction. So how do we feel confident in the AI investments that we're making, that they're in the right place? So what are the use cases that are going to really drive the biggest commercial benefit to an organization, improve customer experience the most, but kind of really focus in on the areas that are going to make the biggest difference? Secondly, I think it's then around developing the foundations that you need to really go and operationalize this capability. So improving your data assets, your data platform capability, and all of the engineering that you need around those core sets of infrastructure. And then finally, I think it's the skills and the expertise to actually go and build out these POCs. Start small, really think big, but build that momentum. So which use case should we start with that really gets the business excited about this? Start showing the value of it, delivering tangible returns, and as I say, build that momentum and sort of deliver over time. So I think for Endava, it's where we can come in and really support. It's setting that direction, building out those great foundations, and bringing the skills and expertise to actually deliver the solutions.